For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case. I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. Okay. And I'm not, me being a living person. My name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name. So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
The defendant begins by insisting he's not the legal name tied to the case. He repeatedly states he's a natural person and a living man, arguing that the court is mistaking him for a state-created identity. According to him, because his name isn't written in all capital letters or with what he calls proper punctuation, the court has no assumed personal or subject matter jurisdiction over him. This is a familiar tactic often used by self-proclaimed sovereign citizens who believe legal paperwork creates a separate entity, while they stand outside the reach of the law. The courtroom, however, has heard this before, and the judge is
Good morning. 14B District Court is now in session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding. Okay, and I need you unmuted at the jail. There we go. Can I have your name, please?
For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. How we doing today, Miss Braley?
We are upright, if nothing else. Great. So, okay. And you said your name is Thomas Styron.
The second.
The second.
And then I'm the natural person, the living man.
Patience there. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle. So, no recalling case number 19S00472. That is the state of Michigan versus Thomas Ulrich Styron, the second, you said. And also calling 24W001025. That is the township of Ypsilanti, also versus Thomas Ulrich Styron. So state your name for the record.
So, for the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case is not me. I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. Okay. And I'm not, me being a living person. My name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name nor.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off right there.
As Magistrate Hillary Braley takes the bench and calls the case. On the record are two separate matters involving the defendant, both under the name Thomas Styron II. When asked to confirm his identity, he again insists he is only a living man, not the entity listed in the paperwork. He explains that his true name isn't written in capital letters, claiming the court is dealing with a different person entirely. Before he can continue, the judge cuts him off, making it clear that the court is here to address the charges, not to debate punctuation or legal theory.
Okay.
I don't have no contracts with the state of Michigan at all, period. And so I was wondering about personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction in regards to this.
Okay. And you can continue to wonder about those at the moment. What I am doing, you have a show cause hearing on the matter ending in 472, which is the retail fraud charge. I'm showing a balance of $210 on that. And then what you're being arraigned on, that is what I am here to explain the charge against you, is a citation issued on April 2nd, 2024 at 9:24 in the evening. That charges that you operated a motor vehicle on North Ford Boulevard at or near Russell Street with no license on your person. Do you comprehend the charge against you?
I do not. I don't even own a license. I canceled my license years ago.
Okay. So, what you are being charged with is operating a motor vehicle without having a license on your person. So, I'm not asking you if you agree with this. I'm not asking if you have a license. I'm asking if you understand the words coming out of my mouth as far as what this charge is.
The charge is accused me of not having a driver's license on my person, correct?
Correct.
Well, from my understanding, I need a driver's license if I'm in commerce. I was traveling home.
Okay.
I wasn't doing business at all. And also from my understanding, I don't need a license to do that.
And your overstanding is incorrect, sir. But we are not going to get into that.
The defendant pushes further, arguing that he has no contracts with the state of Michigan and therefore the court has no authority over him. But the judge quickly redirects him to the real issue: pending retail fraud case and a new charge of operating a vehicle without a license on hand. The citation stems from an incident on April 2nd when he was allegedly driving without carrying a valid license. Instead of addressing the charge, he explains that he canceled his license years ago and doesn't believe he needs one unless he's engaged in commerce. He insists he was only traveling, not conducting business. The judge firmly corrects him, stating that his interpretation of the law is simply wrong. And
for now, you are saying that you have understood the words as far as not having a license on your person. It is a misdemeanor charge with a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both.
So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
So
at this time, the court is going to set a pretrial date for you. That will be before Judge Washington.
ma'am, can we prove the jurisdiction first before we go ahead with setting a trial for that entity or a pretrial for that entity?
I hear you. And at this point, you are appearing in front of the court. You have put your name on the record. And yes, we are setting a pretrial date for you.
I did put my name on the record, and my name that I put on the record is not the same name that you have attached to that case.
And you can provide documentation of such at your pretrial date, which is going to be June 26th.
So the documentation that I have published, recorded the documentation I have published and recorded on the record, on the state of Michigan record, that says what I just told you, that I'm not who you have, that I'm not the name you have attached to that case, that's, I need to bring that with me, is what you're saying? It being already recorded and on the state of Michigan records. Is that good enough?
Whatever documentation you have, bring it with you to your pretrial date. That is what I am telling you, yes. So, and again, that court date, June 26th? Okay. Will be June 26th at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. The court will enter that you are standing mute to all charges at this time.
So we're just assuming jurisdiction though, correct?
Yes.
From my understanding, that has to be proved before we even proceed with anything else.
You are not correct. The court will also set a personal recognizance bond in this matter. Basically, you are promising to show up for that June 24th court date at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington, where you will have your pretrial. Okay, so at this point, your hearings are concluded. You are free to stand up and tell the jail that you are finished.
So I need to be there under threat, duress, coercion of going to
Judge outlines the misdemeanor charge, which carries a penalty of up to 93 days in jail and a $500 fine. Despite this, the defendant continues challenging the court's jurisdiction, asking if it can be proven before any trial is set. The judge calmly reminds him that by appearing, stating his name, and being on record, jurisdiction is established. A pretrial hearing is scheduled for June 26th, and he is instructed to bring any documents he wishes to present at that time. When told the matter is concluded, the defendant objects again, saying he is only appearing under threat, duress, and coercion. The judge, unfazed, finalizes the bond conditions and adjourns, leaving the defendant still arguing as the session comes to a close.